Closing clients with zero social proof is actually pretty easy, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Because every single person out there closing deals every single week started with no testimonials, no case studies, no clients. And I know this because I was one of them. I scaled my agency to over $100,000 per month in 5 months. And when I started, I had zero proof that any of this would work for anyone other than myself. So if you're sitting there thinking that I cannot sign clients because I don't have any results yet, this video is going to show you how to turn your lack of social proof into your biggest advantage. Now, the first thing you need to understand is a fundamental concept about how the world works. In life, when you want something, you have to do two things: force and power. Force is you trying to bend the universe to your will through sheer brute effort. It's sending 500 cold emails a day and praying for a 1% reply rate, making 200 cold calls until your voice is raw, hoping somebody doesn't hang up on you, or it's the endless soul-crushing grind that makes you feel like you're pushing a boulder up a hill. Power, on the other hand, is when you have leverage. It's when you have something that makes the entire process smoother, more effective, and less reliant on pure chance. Power is when clients start coming to you because they see you as an authority. Right now, you're trying to get clients with force, and it's not working, which is why you're feeling burnt out and frustrated. So let's stop using force, start implementing some power. The very first source of that power, the foundation of this entire strategy, comes from building the system for yourself. So if you are selling lead generation systems, automations, Facebook ads, or whatever it is, you need to build that thing out for your own business first. Set up a Go High Level Sub account, build out the landing pages, create the automations as if you were your own client. Now, why does this matter? Because when you get on a sales call with the prospect and they ask you, like, what have you done? You're not going to freeze up, right? You can confidently say that you have built something similar for your consulting business, and you can walk them through exactly how it works, why it works. And then you just pull it up, you show them, so you're not lying because you actually did build it. You just built it for yourself first, and that is completely valid. The second you have built something for your own business, you can legitimately claim you have built it for a business. So that is the first move. Build the same system for yourself so you have something to demo. The second thing is you need to reframe how you talk about your experience. And I see most beginners mess this up. They get on a call and they say that they've been learning this for a few months, or they built a marketing system for a local business, and that means nothing to the prospect. No business owner cares what you built. They only care about the results that you've delivered. So instead of saying what you built, you say what it generated. Instead of saying I built a marketing system, you say I generated $15,000 in new business in 2 weeks using this AI lead generation system. Because when you use dollar signs, you're speaking their language. Business owners actually understand this. For me, when I started, I had real experience running my brother's garbage bin cleaning company ads, and we scaled that business to over $100,000 per month purely from Meta ads. We spent over $150,000 on ads for his business. So when I was pitching landscaping companies, I could say I have some experience managing six-figure ad budgets and generating real revenue for service businesses. That was true. I just had not done it for landscaping specifically yet, but the skills transferred and the framing mattered. I only spent $1,500 for landscaping lead generation for my own company. I spent way more for my brother's. So always front load the money, as it's the thing that the business owner actually cares about. Now, the third thing is offering a guarantee. And if the scarce thought of having to refund them already popped in your head, let me help you get rid of it. Because if we do some quick math, a guarantee increases your close rate by about 3 times, while just about 10% of people actually ask for a refund. So if we're closing a 10% without a guarantee and you add 1, now you're closing 30%. Even if you refund 10% of those, you are still way ahead. And that's why guarantees work in the first place. They remove all the risk from the prospect. So if they're sitting there thinking that this might not work, and you come and you say that, all right, if you don't get the results, you're not going to pay me anything, suddenly there's no risk on their side. And the only question becomes, do they believe that this could work? It's a way easier objection to overcome if they trust you. On top of that, most people are scared to offer guarantees anyways, which means when you do, you automatically stand out head and shoulders above the competition. The fourth thing is that you take on free case study clients. Now you might be thinking, Alex, you want me to do work for free? Yes, I do. And here's why. You probably are not the best at what you do yet, which is most likely because you don't have any clients. And And there's nothing wrong with that because just like I've said, everybody starts from square one, but you need to get good at what you're doing. And guess how you get good? By doing the work. You reach out to businesses and offer to take on 5 case studies completely for free. The exchange is super straightforward. They actually use your service, provide feedback on how you can improve, and then leave you a testimonial if they believe the work deserves one. You are trading your time and effort for social proof and the ability to prove your system works. Once those 5 clients get results, you have 5 testimonials, 5 case studies, and 5 references, and suddenly signing paying clients becomes way easier. And that brings us to the 5th thing. This one is super underrated and overlooked, especially by beginners, and that is confidence. Because a lot of closing comes down to how you show up on the sales call. If you get on a call and you're nervous and you're hedging everything you say to the prospect, they're going to pick up on that and they're not going to buy. But if you get on a call and you speak with absolute certainty, like you know this is going to work for them, people do not question that. They do not have the critical thinking to push back against somebody who speaks with real conviction about their skills. So even when you're just starting and don't have a ton of proof, your energy on calls needs to communicate absolute certainty. You need to show up as someone who knows this is going to work for them and is so confident in that belief that you're willing to back it up with a guarantee, because that conviction can be the difference between you closing your first deal and creating huge momentum, or you staying in the same place only because you didn't believe that it actually could work. You didn't believe in yourself. And that's exactly how I would close my first agency client with 0 case studies, 0 social proof. Build the system for yourself, reframe your experience around money, offer a guarantee, take on free case study clients, and show up with absolute conviction. Now, I'm not saying if you do this, you're guaranteed to get a client today, because even if you follow those steps, your first client will always be the hardest to get results for and the hardest to get. But after that one, you create more and more leverage until the point where clients are messaging you instead of the other way around. So if you want to speed run your way to your first client, even if you have no case studies, that's exactly what we do inside my program, Start, Scale, Automate. We give them the entire system, the scripts, the funnels, the sales process, everything they need to close bigger deals and leverage that momentum to scale higher retainers. And if you want to do the same, I'll put a link in the description. You can apply, book a call with us. We'll see if it's a good fit together. I appreciate you watching this video. And if you found this valuable, maybe drop a like and maybe subscribe if you don't want to miss any future videos. I'll see you in the next one.